Hi guys, welcome back to WITCHtember, September 2nd. I will be doing daily vlogs here during the month of WITCHtember, where we will be doing all things witchy, all of the fall vibes. I will have tons of reviews and recommendations for you. So make sure you subscribe below if this sounds good to you. Go get yourself your morning coffee or tea, whatever brew flies your broom, and let's get into it. I got my kids off to school this morning, even though it is officially, well, I don't know, when does fall start? I guess that the official fall doesn't start till like the end of September, but in my mind, September is the beginning of fall. Like as soon as the kids go back to school, it's basically like fall, right? We're in that stage where it's like cooler in the morning, but then it's still like blazing hot by afternoon. We're still having weather up in the 90s. And so in the morning, it's like, oh, it feels like fall. And then like a few hours later, it's hot. And you're like, oh, it's still summer weather. So anyways, that's what's going on here. I have my coffee this morning in my witchy mug. This mug reminds me of Wayward. If you've read that book, you'll know. Anyway, it feels very witchy to me. I'm drinking my coffee, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. So this is her second book in the like cozy fantasy witchy series that she has. So the first one was the very secret society of Irregular witches. And then this one is A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. Hey, Abraxos. Okay, a couple of apologies up front. That was my cat. I have two cats, Manon and Abraxos. They are siblings. They just turned 1 year old, and sometimes they are naughty, especially Abraxos. But yeah, he was getting into things that he shouldn't, and they have little bells on their collar. So if you hear bells in the background, it's because they're running around with their bells. I also have to apologize because my mic covers are missing. I'm going to try not to like speak too loudly into it, but I'm sorry if you get the what is that called? The blowback on the mic, whatever that's called. If you can hear that, I know that it was like audible in yesterday's video. I apologize. I literally have 4 mic covers for this mic. I have 4 of the little wind covers, and my cats think they are a dead animal and they think they are toys. So they're always finding them and stealing them. Like I've lost all 4 of them. Like I don't know where they are, and I just don't have the mental fortitude to look for them this morning. But hopefully by the end of this series, I will have relocated them, and I will try not to talk so closely to the mic. But yeah, I apologize. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Did you do anything fun for Labor Day weekend? We didn't do anything major, but we went to Boise has a Spirit of Boise Classic Balloon Festival. It's a hot air balloon festival every Labor Day weekend. It's our favorite thing to do. You go at nighttime and they like light up the balloons and they coordinate it to music. So like the pilots of the balloons light up their balloons together. They're playing a song. Maybe I'll put in some footage here really quickly. And then we go early morning on one of the other days and watch them like lift off into the sky. Unfortunately, this year liftoff got canceled on the morning that we went because the winds aloft, like down on the ground, it was fine, but up in the air, it was too windy and too dangerous for the pilots to take their balloons up. So we just got to walk around and check out the balloons on the ground, and it's still fun and really cool to see. But it is sad that we didn't get to see them lift off. We go every year and we've seen them in other years, so it's okay. Anyways, let's get back to witchy books. I love both of these books, and I'm not really a huge cozy fantasy reader. I have noticed that I'm not generally like the biggest fan. Most of the time when I read a cozy fantasy, I'm like, it's like a 3 or 4 star enjoyment for me. But it's just not my favorite. Most of the time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the stakes are low. I don't know what it is. But every once in a while, a cozy fantasy comes along that I just fall in love with. The Spell Shop is one of those, and I'm hoping that the sequel to that, The Enchanted Forest or whatever it's called, is going to be one that I also enjoy. And Sangu Mandana's books I really enjoy. So, can't remember if I've talked about the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches on my channel yet, but for those of you who are new or maybe don't know anything about it, we'll just do a brief overview. So her first book is about, so there's witches in the world, but people don't know. It's very secret. It's a very secret society. And witches are not allowed to gather because when they gather, I'm so tired. Okay, witches are not allowed to gather because when they gather, it amplifies their magic and it makes them more noticeable to the world around them. And the world around them doesn't know that magic is real, that witches really exist. So they kind of have to keep it in hiding. But there is a set of siblings who are witches, who are orphans, and they do not know how to control their magic, and it's causing problems. And so the main witch, Mika Moon, she goes out to this house, plantation basically in the middle of nowhere, and is invited to come and teach these girls how to control their magic. And while she's there, there's a found family element. There's a little romance story. It's very sweet. I love found family stories. They're one of my favorites. And so, yeah, I loved that book, even though romance was very sweet and cute and I was totally invested in it. I liked this second book even better. It's The Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. If you don't already know this about me, I can never remember the names or titles of books. I always mess them up. So honestly, it's quite impressive that I just remembered both of those. But anyways, especially since they're so long and complex, I don't know why they're so long. It's kind of funny, but yeah. Anyhow, this one is about a witch who has been exiled from the Witches Guild and is living out in the middle of nowhere in an inn, helping her aunt run this magical inn, right? She has some wards and spells on the inn so that regular people can't see it, so that people won't bug them. And basically, the only time people get through the spell or get through the wards and make it to the inn is if they are meant to be there. They have a reason for being there. The magic has led them there for a purpose. So our main character, her name is Sarah. It's spelled S-E-R-A, but it's pronounced Sarah per the audiobook. She has lost her magic because of a spell that she cast that I guess went wrong or kind of sucked her of her magic. And now she's trying to get her magic back, but she used to be the most powerful witch. And now that she doesn't have her magic, she's not. And the man who was the next most powerful, who's in charge of the guild now, of course, he doesn't want her to get her magic back because then he won't be the most powerful man anymore. So undercover, she's trying to recover her magic. So she's out in the country trying to find this spell that will help her recover her magic without the guild master finding out about it and trying to stop her. And she has a little found family there at the inn, and they're all kind of trying to work together, trying to figure out how Sarah can recover her magic. Then enter Luke, who randomly shows up on the property, and it's obviously not a mistake because the magic has let him through, so he's been led there for whatever reason. And he has his sister with him, and he needs help with his sister. And, that's kind of why the magic has led him there. And it turns out his little sister, Posey, she's my favorite. She is autistic. So she is on the spectrum and she has magic. And because she's on the spectrum and has magic, she hasn't quite figured out how to control her magic. Because of her special needs, she has yet to receive the education she really needs. So he's seeking help, but he's very protective of her. Okay. And the story progresses with this little coven of witches, found family at the inn, just welcoming Luke and Posey into their home, into their little, found family, and being able to connect with Posey and teach her the things that she needs to know. Meanwhile, Luke is I can't remember what he does, but he has some kind of specialty where he can help Sarah discern the spell that she's trying to figure out to reclaim her magic. And she enlists his help. He's a little bit of a curmudgeon. So he's begrudgingly helping her, but he is helping her. And he has all these walls up, Of course, his walls start to come down and a little bit of a romance ensues. And it's just a really beautiful story about our purpose, about vulnerability, about love, about found family. I really loved the autism representation in this book. Posey is the stinking cutest character. Absolutely loved her and loved all of the insights that the author put into the book about her character, about being neurodivergent. I just felt like it was so nice to have the representation, but also that the way that it was portrayed was informative and kind. As somebody who is neurodivergent and has neurodivergent children, it really resonated with me and I just really appreciated it. So if you are looking for a cozy fantasy, now I would say this is different from the book I recommended yesterday, because yesterday's, the Witchy Wood book that I talked about in yesterday's vlog, is more of a contemporary romance with a contemporary, dude, my cat, Brax, what are you doing? Dude, my cat just pulled the vent cover up off my vent. Like, what is he doing? I don't even know how he did that. Holy cow. Okay, anyways, the book that I talked about yesterday is more of a contemporary rom-com with elements of like magical realism. This book is more of a cozy fantasy with like a subplot of romance. So they are different. This is very much a cozy fantasy found family kind of story with a sweet subplot of romance. But it's definitely got different vibes from the other book. So if you are wanting something like that, if you liked her first book, if you like House in the Cerulean Sea, if you like The Spell Shop, if you like Legends and Lattes, then I think you will really like this one. It's a very sweet, cozy fall fantasy that I think is perfect for Witchtember. It's got the witchy vibes without being like Halloween spooky. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyways, today I am going to be working. So after I get this video posted, I work my day job. And then this afternoon, my son has a football game. So that's very fall-esque. Yeah, I think that's it. Currently, I am reading the book. So last night I finished the book, The Witch Haven, and currently I am reading The Book of Witching by C.J. Cook. I'm only like 10% in, but it's very intriguing. So tomorrow I will probably update you on one of those books, but that's kind of where I'm at. I'm currently consuming witchy books at a speed of about one book per day, or like one book per day and a half. So I should have plenty of content for you all, but like I said, I'm also going to be doing snippets of my life, and we're going to be decorating for fall and just being cozy and talking about all things witchy. So if there's anything in particular that you would like to see in these vlogs, or specific to witchy chat, witchy books, witchy recommendations, just leave me a comment down below, because we've got 28 days to go. Okay, I love you guys so much. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this month. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.